We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the San Francisco 49ers. Robbie Gould's got it on the tee. He kicks it off, and here we go from Levi's Stadium. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Let's go. 18, Gator. Roll out. Watch your slap. Watch your slap. Watch your slap. You go tight. Hit it.
A first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Come on,
here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Now Saquon Barkley. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing Jones. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this will be taken at the 13. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
All day, dog.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
You ain't got nothing.
From the gun, Newman. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I think we can make this one pretty simple. That was a rookie mistake made by the rookie quarterback, trying to force a pass without really using proper mechanics.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Newman, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there, but how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, if they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Ready up. Check, Mike, 54. Hey, lock it.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Down. 60 yards.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? A 1st down carry for Barkley. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. And this is Shepard on the catch. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Let's go. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Take me out. Here we go. 5.
Now Jones operating from the gun. Got a man, Slayton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 19. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going up.
And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. Scampering home from 19 yards out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. The run on 1st down gets them a couple up to the 27. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Mike, 54. Let's go, heavy. Let's go, heavy.
Here's 2nd and 8. This one into the hands of Hurd. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
In your face.
To throw on third down. Newman able to haul it in as Kittle. 30, 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 71 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Gold with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Jones now. Off play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. It got his man complete. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now Jones. That's going to be caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Rosas to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. A strong running. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. 2nd and 6. And this is going to be incomplete. He was hoping to get that one to Tevin Coleman in space. And that'll make it 3rd down.
It certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, Newman. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. That's taken on the 25. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
At the 39-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Go.
2nd and 4. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 36 yards on the play. Here's Jones on 1st down. This is caught, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And that drive happened quickly, which is great because they scored the points, but then their defense has to come right back out on the field.
It is exciting, isn't it, for the offense to do that? The defense is saying, okay, that's cool, but let's not make it a habit. We need to get some rest sometime.
This is fielded at the goal line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Newman completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Newman. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 16-yard line.
Ready, not a 50 seconds to Mike.
Back to throw. Newman. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? No. Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Jones on third down. And Tate's got it. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Jones now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I don't even know why this team showed up. Mike 54. Mike 54. Cut. Hey, wahoo.
Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. That's complete to Slayton. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Jones now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Jones now operating from the gun. I was going to let this go into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positive.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Nick Bosa. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. To try again after the sack. Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make him punt it. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Newman. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st down, Newman. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. The throw over the middle, taken in. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Dante Pettis, 66 yards. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. They go for just one here as it's up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. after the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Jones. Over the middle, complete. That's Hodges. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Hey, Haywood.
Operating from the gun. Jones. He's going to float this. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Paul. They got a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Check. Watch 54.
At the 46-yard line.
From the gun, Newman. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
That's a gain of 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. From the 25 on 2nd down. Jones. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 3rd and medium. They opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Quan Williams. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Any weapon. 3, check 3.
On 1st and 10, Newman. Open man is Samuel, complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. Room here to run. The 20. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman, 41 yards. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this 3rd quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. Now Gorman. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Jones throwing complete here to Tate, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 yards, good for a giant first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
Let's get it. Ready? 15, line it. 15.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Watch 54. Watch 54. I got it.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Bosa able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Giants on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This will be 3rd and forever. Jones operating from the gun. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Nick Bosa able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
Pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. The Niners on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Newman. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener, and it's a 1st down. Throwing on 1st down. Newman over the middle to Kittle, complete. A big play there on the catch and run. 56 yards. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Coleman. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
It's 3rd down and goal to go.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Newman to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Defense.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it second and goal.
Here we go. Here we go. 6 round long. 9:54.
Back to throw. This one complete to Coleman. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's third and goal. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse.
And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Tevin Coleman. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. As they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Now Gold for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Here's second and 10 now from the 29. This is Gorman. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for 3rd down.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. 56, Mike, 56. Drop deep, drop deep.
Throwing Jones. And he finds Penny. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 43. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
Go out. Ready.
And he whips that one incomplete there. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And now it's scooped up by the 49ers. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. From the gun, Newman. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Ready, set, watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the pass.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Newman. Oh, look at the juke. Boy, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime, they've just likely won this thing in regulation. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook, not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason.